So here we are, the final race. This is the season finale of F1 2014 career mode for season 1. We're here in Abu Dhabi for the double points race. As you guys know, double the points, double the action, apparently. So we'll see how we go in this race. We're here in qualifying 3, and the equation is fairly simple. If Hamilton wins, we just need to finish 6th or better to retain this championship. So that's what I'll be trying to do. Obviously, I'll be trying to win the race if I can, to try and extend our winning streak and also our championship lead. I think we're out to about 5 wins in a row so far. It's also a personal best in terms of any career mode I've ever done on any F1 game. So if I could move that up to 6 wins in a row, then that'd be absolutely fantastic, and maybe we could continue that into season 2. But let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. But coming out of the final corner now for our first run in Q3. What time is it? It's a 1:43.3, and that's actually my personal best of the entire weekend. So we're looking good in the first run here in qualifying 3. We'll bring it back into the pits, maybe give it a new coat of paint or something like that. I'm not going to change the setup too much. I'm running with 6.6 wings, so pretty much the same as Brazil. So it might give me the winning formula, and I think from there, we actually went out for another run, but we weren't able to improve on that. So we've got pole position for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I think we won it by 8 tenths over Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel in 3rd. However, there was one minor complication. Coming out for our final run, we got a penalty. We got a penalty for driving over the white line on the exit of the pit lane, and because of that, we've been given a 10-place grid penalty. Lewis Hamilton will start the race from pole position. We're going to start from P11, and that's going to further complicate our start, or our championship aspirations pretty much. So we'll need to get off to a fairly aggressive start, actually. Try and pick our way through the field if we can. The setup is pretty much the same as what you normally expect, apart from the aerodynamics. That's a replica of what we ran in Brazil. So hopefully it's going to make me a little bit faster at the start, and I'm hoping we can use that to our best advantage. So here we are, final race of the season. Wish me luck. Hang on a second. Was that rain? Are you telling me in Abu Dhabi it's raining? Of any of the days of the entire year, it had to pick this one to absolutely bucket it down. I'm not actually sure if it's even safe for us to race with dry tires on a wet track. This is going to make this start very, very interesting. So here we go, the final race of the season. It's a championship decider, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to survive the first lap. So away we go. It looks like we've actually got off to a decent start there. So maybe we have a decent amount of traction. But coming into turn 1, is there going to be an almighty pile-up? No, there isn't. We actually have a decent amount of grip. We're going 3 wide now coming into turn 2. Bottas going slowly, maybe struggling for grip. We're going to try and go around the outside of Perez. And to be fair, actually, it's not actually that bad. There's actually a fairly decent amount of grip. So we're going to go up the inside of almost 3 cars there. So it seems maybe the AI in the first lap going even more, I guess, tentative just because of the reduced traction that they might have. I've got less traction as well, so it's probably only going to be a matter of time before we switch onto the intermediate tyres. So in actual fact, we're all racing to the pit lane pretty much. I'm going to put on a set of intermediate tyres on maybe at the end of this lap. I don't want to come in at the exact same time as everyone else, because then we're just going to get stranded in the pit lane. And as Alonso corner cuts there, knocks out a bollard. That slows up Rosberg. It slows up me too as well. And now Vettel has got a really nice run on us coming around the outside on the back straight here. We're going to have the slipstream of Rosberg, and that's sort of towing us along a little bit better, and means we repass Vettel for 4th place. So we're going to go up the inside of Rosberg. No, we're not. So the order at just about the first lap mark is, I think it's Hamilton, Ricciardo, Rosberg, myself, and Vettel. So at this early stage of the race, we're sort of out of the danger zone at the moment, but we are driving on a track on dry tyres in the wet. So one little crash, one little spin could change it all. So I don't want to take too many risks. I'm just trying to just move forward ever so slightly if I can. And it's actually looking more and more wet. So I'm thinking if everyone comes in now, I'm going to stay out. Yes, I'm going to stay out because Alonso right in front of me is coming in now. But because the Ferrari pit garage is so early on in the pit lane, he's going to get held up by everyone. And if I come in behind Alonso, then I'm just going to get stuck behind him as well. So if you look on the mini-map there, you can see Alonso, he is well and truly in the mid-pack, well, maybe even towards the back markers. So he's lost so much time there, and I would have been 5, maybe even 10 seconds behind him. So I could have been last. So that's how bad that could have been for me. So I think I've actually made the right choice here in staying out the extra lap. But as you can see, I'm just losing a lot of time to the cars behind. And I think it's Hamilton right behind me, is it? Yes, it is. So Hamilton, in just one lap, is going to get a pit stops lead over me in this race. And that's not good. We're going to lose a lot of time, maybe a lot of positions as well. We're just understeering everywhere. We have absolutely no grip. We have to come in right now for a set of intermediate tyres and just get on with this race. Hopefully rejoin maybe in the points. It's going to be line ball to see where we rejoin in this race. I really do hope, guys, that we do have some pace in the wet. Otherwise, I'm screwed. I'm going to be out of this championship. It's going to be done and dusted on lap 5 of this race if I don't have pace in the wet and I don't have track position. So this could be an absolute nightmare for us. We're in P7. We're in the danger zone now, so we need to move forward in this race. We should surely have the pace over some of these cars in front of us, like the Toro Rossos. We've got Daniel Ricciardo. He lost out a lot of ground early on. He was in second at the early phase of the Grand Prix. That just shows what happens to the front runners when they've got a pit stall at the early part of the pit lane. So that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, and it's really bit those guys. But now lap 4, we can see we've caught up to the back of John-Eric Verne, and we're going to pass him for P5. Fairly simple overtake there around the outside. And yes, it sort of reaffirms to us that we do have solid pace in the wet. I'd like to continue to move forward if I can. Button now moving forward in front of, was that Ricciardo? Yes, it was. So that really slowed up Ricciardo, and that really allowed us to flip up the inside there and into P7. Lap 6, we're on the move for P6 and around the outside of Jenson Button there now. So we're back in the safety zone, I guess, and now we're trying to attack Valtteri Bottas. So now we can just breathe a little bit. We've now got that safety net, I guess, but we'll be looking to just continue to move forward if we can. It looks like the rain is actually easing up now, so we could see at any tick of the clock maybe the dry tires coming back out in maybe 10, 15, 20 laps time. Usually on this game, as we're going side by side here with Bottas, having a bit of a ding-dong battle here, if you don't mind. Hamilton also going fastest on a 53.3, so the track is definitely improving. It's definitely getting faster, just ever so slightly. So, you know, as I was saying before, as soon as the rain stops and the skies start to clear up a little bit, that's when the track just completely dries up really quickly, and we could see a really quick transition to dry tyres. But we got the inside of Bottas there for P5, and there we go, the transition has happened. We're now into lap 15 now, and we're getting ready to put on a set of option tyres on the next lap. We can see the dry line appearing. We're trying to search for that dry, not the dry patch, we're trying to search for the wet patches of the track, trying to keep the temperatures under wraps at this phase of the race. Some cars I think are actually coming in on the previous lap, so we've lost out by 1 lap, so we're going to lose out a little bit of time. We had Bottas in front of us, or behind us, and he stopped on the previous lap, so he'll sort of be the benchmark to see whether we lost or gained time by staying out this extra lap. I'm thinking I lost time because I was, yeah, look at that, 6.5 seconds slower than my previous best. So I was sliding off the track in a lot of the traction zones. It was really nasty, to be honest, but by staying out the extra lap, we give ourselves a slight advantage in terms of flexibility with the dry tyres for the remainder of the race. We put on the prime tyres, and I think we'll go on options towards the end of the race. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but rejoining on the track, we can see Valtteri Bottas has clearly rejoined in front of us. So yeah, we lost out about 4 or 5 seconds there, so that's a bit unfortunate, but overall, I don't think it's going to cost us too much. I think we can claw back some of that ground. As there we go, lap 18, we got past Bottas. Now cutting all the way to lap 27, we were just grinding out the lap times trying to catch Hülkenberg. We finally done that. He's on the option tyres. I must add that the rest of the field has opted for the option tyres for this stint. So initially, I was a little bit slow, but now the tyre wear has started to kick in for those guys, and now I'm coming on the attack. So I'm really starting to enjoy this. I've caught up to Hülkenberg, and now I'm trying to pass him up the inside or around the outside. Don't mind if you do, coming into the third sector chicane. So fairly good move there. And next up is Sebastian Vettel, who I believe is a few seconds up the road, and we finally caught him on lap 32. Fairly standard DRS overtake there, and that's us up into the podium positions for the first time since the start of the... No, have we ever been in the podium positions? I'm not too sure. Either way, we're going on the attack again with Vettel up the inside. He sort of passed with the DRS, but then we counter-attacked and got him back up the inside into sort of the hairpin corners. And now Vettel is on the attack once again. He's going to have the DRS. Will he overtake us around the outside coming into this third sector? I don't think he will, to be honest. The AI don't try to lunge around the outside too often, but it looks like he's trying to hang in there, and he's almost got the move done. We just had too much grip at that phase of the race, and as you can see on the replay, I love it when the AI do this. They're just absolutely fantastic when they just show a little bit of bravery, a little bit of risk, and sometimes you can make the battles just that much more enjoyable. Lap 34, we can see Rosberg has come in for his final stop of the race. He's put on the prime tyres. I'm still yet to come in for my final stop, so I'm trying to just stretch out my prime stint just a little bit longer, and then I'll put on a set of option tyres to run to the end. So I think I'll be coming in about 2 laps time as we run wide through the hairpin. And now Rosberg with superior traction, he's got fresher tyres. There's absolutely no way that I can defend from this, especially when the AI have their traction control. But I won't get into that. I know you guys sort of complain when I complain, but either way, we'll try and get past Rosberg if we can. Maybe a lunge up the inside into the hairpin. Rosberg, he brakes pretty early, to be fair, on fresh tyres, but we've taken a compromise line through the second part of the hairpin, and now Rosberg is going to go around the outside. We're going to try and put it up in a fast tuck into the slipstream if we can to try and counter-attack. But look at Rosberg in that Mercedes. That is just ridiculous speed. Even in the slipstream, we have nothing against the Mercedes trying to hold it up the inside. Rosberg, he holds firm and holds second place for now. Look at our rear tyres now, starting to lose the back end just about everywhere. And now surely Rosberg is going to get away, but we'll try and put it up into fast and try and stay with him if we can. And no, it's sort of a lost cause there. And now lap 40, I think we're coming in for our final stop, putting on the option tyres for a nice and easy 15 lap stint to the end. So fingers crossed, I should be able to catch Rosberg. He's either going to pit with 5, maybe even 6 laps to go, or he's going to do the other way and try and stretch out his tyres to the end of the race. Either way, I think we're a really good chance of finishing second in this race. Lewis Hamilton, he's got like a 30-odd second lead in the race. Because of the opening stint shenanigans when everyone came in for their wet tyres. Hamilton just stretched away while everyone was stuck in the pit lane. But rejoining on the track, Ricciardo should be right there. It's going to be very close between the two of us. Can we rejoin in front of him? Only just. Ricciardo right there. So that was very crucial for us. He didn't hold us up, and we were able to pull away from him fairly nicely. Coming on to lap 43 now, we can see we're in the tow of Sebastian Vettel, going purple there on a 44.0. And now we're going around the outside into turn 1. Fairly standard overtake there around the outside. That's pretty much standard for me nowadays. Just around the outside as you do. But either way, coming on to lap 44, we're going purple once again on a 43.1. I think that was 0.2 faster than the pole time. That's just ridiculous pace. Doesn't matter what part of the race it is, that's just ridiculous pace because the track is now gripped up and now we're on the option tyres. We're the only one on the option tyres, I must add, at this point of the race. So it's really worked out for us quite well as everyone's trying to stretch out their primes to the end. So either way, running wide on the exit of turn 3, getting up on 2 wheels there. A Formula 1 car definitely should not be doing that. And to be honest, guys, if that would have got any more sideways, then our race could have ended then and there. It would have pretty much flipped us and maybe sent us into the wall. Game over, championship over. And that's V8 supercars stuff, to be honest. That's what they do, getting up on the curbs. It's just standard for those guys. But now, lap 53, we're still in the race. We're still trying to chase down Rosberg, and we've done that coming into the hairpin, into P2, and that was the race. Lewis Hamilton has won this race. I think that was pretty much a done deal after the first round of pit stops. Everyone else just got held up in the pit lane. Lewis Hamilton was actually the only person to get away cleanly. Everyone else sort of got held up, and there was a big mix-up in track position with the leaders and some of the midfield runners. And to put that into perspective, Lewis was just too consistent and too fast in the end. So he's a very deserving winner of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But us, though, it's going to be second place. Unfortunately, we won't get that 6-round wins in a row. But either way, coming out of the final corner, we've won our first championship here on F1 2014.
Second place. Brilliant driving. Brilliant driving.
So there we go, that's been the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for Season 1 of F1 2014 Career Mode. I think when you weigh up the sort of strategy changes we had to make throughout that race, I think we had a really good race. I think no matter what we did, I think we were going to lose out pretty badly on that first round of pit stops because Alonso just had the preference in the pits, didn't he? And look at where he ended up, 11th place. That could have been us. It could have been even worse because we would have got held up even more than what he did. So there we go. We've won the championship as well. I think it was a long time coming, so the celebration probably isn't as ecstatic as what you'd normally expect it to be, but
Brilliant. Drivers' Championship and second in the Constructors. You're the world champion. The team are waiting to celebrate with you when you get back to the pit.
well, the engineer is pretty happy about that, isn't he? So it doesn't really stop him from celebrating too much. I think he's going to be pretty drunk tonight, but that's been Season 1 of F1 2014 Career Mode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. Season 2 will be back in the new year. It's going to be bigger, better, stronger than any Career Mode I've ever done before. I'm going to change it up a bit too. I'm going to do something I've not done in a very long time. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it too. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?